Hello student, today we are going to continue our third chapter, human reproduction. Student, in my previous video we have discussed about the first reproductive events in the process of human reproduction, and it is gametogenesis. And in human we read that male gamete is sperm and the female gamete is ovum or egg. So the process of formation of a sperm is called spermatogenesis and the formation of ovum is known as oogenesis. We have completed spermatogenesis and the process of forming the sperm inside the testes. Today we are going to continue our next topic, oogenesis. What is oogenesis? Actually, oogenesis is a process of formation a mature female gamete, and female gamete is ovum or egg. Student, it is very interesting and very important also that the production of an egg in a female begin or start before birth, okay, and it completed after fertilization. Remember one thing, that egg formation start begin the birth, that means fetal ovary, and it completed only after the fertilization. Student, oogenesis process start at the embryonic development stage inside the ovary. So firstly we read the process of oogenesis. Now we read the process of oogenesis. Student, oogenesis take place inside the ovary, and in this process there are four phases: multiplication phase, growth phase, maturation phase and ovum, formation of ovum. Okay. And when we read the spermatogenesis, that means formation of a sperm, we also read in the process four phases are there: multiplication phase, growth phase, maturation phase and spermiogenesis process, or we call differentiation phase. Okay. In oogenesis, what happened? I already told you that oogenesis process start, that means the production of egg, the formation of egg start before birth. Okay, that means inside the fetal ovary. Formation of egg start before birth inside the fetal ovary and it complete after fertilization. Now what happened in a first phase, multiplication phase? The cell of a germinal epithelium undergo mitotic division. Mitotic is an equational division, and after equational division these cells produce oogonia or egg mother cell. Okay, germinal epithelium cell is diploid in nature. So after mitotic division, equational division, it produces oogonia or egg mother cell, which is also diploid in nature inside the fetal ovary. That means this process occurs inside the fetal ovary before birth. Okay, you can understand with the help of this diagram. Here, student, you see here that the cell of the germinal epithelium undergo mitotic division, and after mitotic division is a reductional division, and it formed oogonia and egg mother cell, which is also diploid in nature. Okay, understood? Egg mother cell or oogonia is diploid because it formed after mitotic division of germinal epithelial cell. And then what happened? These egg mother cell or oogonia, okay, these cells start division. These cells start division and enter in prophase first of meiosis division. Meiosis is a reductional division. That means oogonia start meiosis division and it enter, you know that meiosis first and meiosis second. Okay, prophase first, metaphase first, anaphase first, telophase first. Okay, then prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second, telophase second. So what happened? Firstly, the cell of germinal epithelium after mitotic division produce oogonium or egg mother cell. These egg mother cell enter into prophase first of meiosis division and get temporarily arrested in this stage. Okay, here you see the primary oocyte arrested in prophase first. That means meiosis is a start here. Okay, but it not complete. So the primary oocyte is diploid in nature. Okay, now what happened? These primary oocyte is temporarily arrested in prophase first, and this process is before birth and after birth. Okay, what happened? Primary oocyte, here this one is a growth phase also. The primary oocyte then gets surrounded by the layer of granulosa cell. Here student, you can see here the primary oocyte surrounded by the granulosa cell, a layer of a granulosa cell, and now we call it primary follicles. Understood? Primary oocyte surrounded by a layer of granulosa cell, and we call it primary follicles. Okay, about actually student, then you see here the primary oocyte covered with the granulosa cell, and we call it primary follicles. As like more granulosa layers is formed, and we call it growing follicles or secondary follicles, then tertiary follicles. Okay, then inside these secondary or tertiary follicles, in between them a cavity is formed, and this cavity is called antrum, fluid filled cavity. Here you see this fluid filled cavity which we call antrum. Okay student, you can see here this fluid filled cavity is called antrum. Okay, here you see primary follicles, the primary oocyte layered covered with granulosa cells, and we call it primary follicles. Then more granulosa cells layers formed, and we call it secondary follicles, then tertiary follicles, and inside a fluid filled cavity is formed, and this cavity is called antrum. Now student, the primary oocyte within the tertiary follicles grow in a size. Okay, and fully formed primary oocyte complete its first meiosis division. Meiosis is a reductional division. Okay, and in meiosis first two daughter cell is formed. Okay, after meiosis first two daughter cell is formed, in which larger haploid cell is secondary oocytes and the tiny cell is first polar body. Okay, what happened? This here you see student in this diagram, the primary oocyte inside the tertiary follicles increase in a size, and it complete its meiosis first. Okay, and after meiosis first two cell is formed, two daughter cell is formed, haploid cells. The larger one is secondary oocyte and the tiny cell is first polar body. Student, the secondary oocyte actually secondary oocyte remain in a bulk of nutrient rich cytoplasm of primary oocytes. And student, the tertiary follicles, here you see the granulosa layer around the follicle, around the secondary oocytes. Okay, so these granulosa cells form tertiary follicles, we read. So the tertiary follicles further change into the mature follicles. These follicles layer mature, and we call it Griffin follicles. Okay, what we call Griffin follicles. These follicle cell mature, and we call it Griffin follicles. The secondary oocyte formed a new membrane which we called zona pellucida. It's around the ovum. Okay, and the Griffin follicles ruptures at the time of ovulations and release the secondary oocytes. Okay, and when the ovulations occur, after that these follicles are changed into corpus luteum, which secrete the progesterone hormones. Student, we read that the egg formation inside the female ovaries start before birth and it complete after fertilization. So in the process of ovulations, the secondary oocytes released. Okay, this is. Now you can understand the structure of the ovum. Student, in this figure you can see the structure of the ovum, which is made up of corona radiata, zona pellucida, vitelline membrane, nucleus, germinal vesicle and ovoplasm. So first of all we read about zona pellucida. You see in this diagram that this is the thick membrane and protective membrane. Here you see zona pellucida is a thick membrane and it exists for some time after post-fertilization. And it is outer protective layering, zona pellucida. Then corona radiata, 2-3 layer of the cell attached to zona pellucida. Here you see 2-3 layer of these cell. Actually student, corona radiata help to entry and exist of the substance. Okay, and this corona radiata attached to zona pellucida. Then the next one is vitelline membrane. Vitelline membrane is a plasma membrane of the egg cell. You know, plasma membrane is a selective membrane. So it control entry and exist of the substance. Then ooplasm. Ooplasm is a cytoplasm of the egg cell. It supply nutrient of developing embryo. Ooplasm supply nutrient for developing embryo. Then germinal vesicles. Germinal vesicles, nucleus of the egg cell and it controls genetic material. Here you see germinal vesicles. Okay, nucleus which have the genetic material. Okay, then last one is germinal spore, which is nucleolus of egg cell. So this is the structure of ovum. I hope you understand.